Emperor Li of the Shili dynasty was reported to be seriously ill, which led to a rebellion by all the princes who raised armies. In the midst of this turmoil, Murong Chuyu, the third daughter of the Murong Mansion, joined the battle fully armored. She fought valiantly to secure an escape route for Li Mo, the second prince, while shouldering disgrace and a heavy burden. Murong Chuyu diligently persuaded numerous officials to support Li Mo's quest for power. Ultimately, with the assistance of Murong Qiliili, Li Mo successfully ascended to the throne and was crowned the emperor. They were hailed as the new rulers with shouts of, "Long live your Majesty the Empress! Long live your Majesty the Empress!" The news of her pregnancy was later revealed, which brought great joy to Murong Chuyu as she believed she would give birth to a prince for Li Mo. She considered herself the happiest woman on earth. 8 months later, she urgently called for another basin of water. The person exclaimed in pain and expressed the need for the midwife to arrive. They wondered why the emperor, Li Mo, hadn't come yet. Soon after, it was announced that the emperor was on his way. When Li Mo finally arrived, the person addressed him as "Sis," and questioned why Murong Qiliu was present. The person accused Murong Qiliu of competing for the emperor's favor and threatened her life. Confused, Li Mo asked what was being talked about. Murong Qiliu claimed that the person was now useless and that the whole world would soon learn of the empress's death during childbirth. She declared her intention to become the sole empress of the Shili dynasty. The person wondered why Murong Qiliu would say such things to them. The person questioned the emperor, asking for an explanation of what was happening. The emperor, addressing Murong Chuyu, expressed that he would tell the truth and admitted to not loving her at all. He claimed that Xin Er was better than her. The person denied this, mentioning their efforts in going into battle and risking their life for the emperor. They also stated that they provided advice and assistance in eliminating the emperor's rivals and helping him ascend to the throne. However, the emperor dismissed their contributions, stating that they were merely a chess piece and that the person had contributed more than he had anticipated. Frustrated, the person acknowledged that they were merely a chess piece all along and resolved to take action as instructed by the emperor. The person reacted strongly, expressing disbelief and asserting that the empress couldn't be harmed. They called out the name, Xiao Mei, and heard a noise, possibly indicating a physical altercation. The person addressed the empress, mentioning that in the next life, they would serve as her maid once again. They called out the name, Xiao Mei, again. The sound of their heartbeat intensified, possibly due to the pain they were experiencing. The person exclaimed in distress, crying out for their baby. They heard the baby crying continuously. It was mentioned that the baby was born without assistance, causing a sense of concern and urgency. The person demanded that the baby be returned immediately, expressing a strong objection to the situation. There was a conflicting response, with one person agreeing and another person protesting. The person pleaded for their baby's safety, expressing pain. They called out the names of Li Mo and Murong Ziner, expressing disbelief and hurt at how they were being treated. The person continued, mentioning that even if they were to become a fierce ghost, the treatment they were receiving was unacceptable. The person inquired about their location, wondering where they were. They were then informed that they had finally regained consciousness. Surprised, they mentioned the name, 7th Prince Li Jian, and questioned whether he had died 2 years ago. The person addressed as the 7th Prince Li Jian and expressed surprise at their survival, asking how they could be considered dead when it was only the 2nd day of their marriage. The person referred to them as a bold little girl and expressed confusion about the mention of marriage. They indicated that they had forgotten something and asked for clarification. The person proposed to assist in recalling all the memories and asked if it was all right to proceed. They were interrupted with a request to wait. There was a moment of contemplation, and then it was mentioned that the person was unable to move. The question was asked if they had recalled their memories. The person responded with surprise, mentioning the term, imperial concubine. There was a sudden noise, possibly indicating an event or interruption. Someone called out, urging the person to get up. Another person mentioned the name, Xiao Mei. The person expressed apologies and addressed someone as, Your Royal Highness, asking them to continue their previous statement. I want the imperial concubine's red cloth to be sent to the Murong mansion. Additionally, please inform them that my wedding night has been flawless. I am curious about the current situation. It seems to resemble an incident that occurred 3 years ago during my marriage to Li Jian. Is it possible that I have somehow returned to that time? Can it be that we are now in Shanji year 50? Is this the 7th prince's mansion? I am curious about what might be troubling you, miss. May God bless me. Are you feeling hungry? Xiaoju has gone to the kitchen to prepare food. Oh, Xiaoju? No. Murong Chuyu has been by Her Royal Highness Zinner's side for a long time. The plan was to kill you while you were giving birth and make it appear as though you died in childbirth. This idea was also mine. Oh, Xiaoju, even you have betrayed me. In this lifetime, I will make sure you pay the price. Squeak. Miss announced that dinner was ready. However, the response was unexpected as someone angrily referred to Miss as a traitor. Perplexed by this outburst, Miss asked for clarification, only to be told to disregard it. Miss's name, Xiaoju, was called out, but she refused to comply. Miss contemplated exposing someone, Murong Zinner, but was aware of the complications it would bring, as finding a new undercover agent would be challenging. Alternatively, if Miss let Murong Zinner go, she would be unable to express her deep-seated hatred. Suddenly, an idea struck Miss. Based on her investigation, it was revealed that Murong Chuyu had been involved with Prince Li Mo, the second prince. Murong Chuyu's recent marriage was primarily a means of monitoring the prince. Miss proposed seizing an opportunity to eliminate Murong Chuyu. It is worth noting that Murong Chuyu holds the position of the third daughter in the Murong mansion, despite being born to a concubine. She has been honored with the title of rank IV Pingxiang General by Emperor Li, making her the most prominent female general of this dynasty. Additionally, her aunt happens to be the empress of the dynasty. Therefore, perhaps it would be advisable for me to refrain from leaving her unattended. By keeping her in close proximity, she might prove to be useful in various other ways. A sudden noise interrupts the conversation. What seems to be the matter? There is commotion and the sound of biting. Prince, please help. It appears that the young lady has lost her sanity. The speaker questioned why the person addressed was still standing in the same position and urged them to remove the woman in question. They responded affirmatively and there were exclamations of surprise and distress. The speaker advised against approaching and asked about the sudden change in the woman's behavior, as she had been fine earlier. They demanded an explanation and the person addressed claimed not to know. They revealed that Xiao Mei had been alone with the woman recently and implicated her as the cause. They expressed ignorance about the situation. Another person, Xiaoju, questioned the accusations and denied any involvement in harming the woman. They asserted that they would never do anything to harm her and accused the person addressed of being the only one who had been with her recently, thus suggesting their guilt. The speaker expressed doubt and pointed out that the imperial concubine did not appear to be afraid of Xiao Mei. They referred to the incident where Xiao Mei had bitten someone, but the accused person denied being responsible and claimed to be unjustly treated. The speaker dismissed the excuses and demanded that the accused person be taken away and punished by being hit with a plank 20 times. The accused person pleaded for help from the miss, expressing their loyalty and years of service. However, the speaker warned that this was just the beginning and the accused person would suffer more in the future. They instructed the accused person to go and prepare a bowl of soothing soup, which the accused person acknowledged and agreed to do while lifting something up. The speaker expressed a hope that the woman in question, if she is indeed crazy, never wakes up. They also expressed a desire to see how long the accused person can endure the situation. There were sounds of movement in the background. The speaker questioned if the woman is truly crazy. The accused person confirmed that it is true, mentioning that the woman maliciously bit them until their hand became bloody. They also mentioned being hit with a plank 20 times and needing several days of rest in bed to recover. The speaker assured the accused person not to worry and promised them benefits when they kill Morong Chuyu. The accused person expressed gratitude. The speaker speculated that when the emperor discovers the woman's insanity, he will become furious and punish the seventh prince. The speaker remarked that punishing Li Jian is not a big deal, but they want to publicly embarrass Morong Chuyu instead. They expressed a desire for the whole world to perceive her as stupid and crazy. The scene shifted to the Palace of Eternal Happiness, where Emperor Li hosted a banquet to entertain officials on the occasion of the Mid-Autumn Festival. The banquet consisted of 2 sessions. During the luncheon session, participants enjoyed songs and dances. In the dinner session, they appreciated the moon while drinking. The seventh prince and the seventh imperial concubine entered the scene. Someone questioned if the woman present was Morong Chuyu, the number 1 female general. Another person mentioned that the most famous person in the Morong family is Morong Zinner, the daughter of the principal wife, while Morong Chuyu is the 3rd daughter born to a concubine. However, someone emphasized that it doesn't matter because Morong Chuyu is the Pingxiang general appointed by Emperor Li and the only woman with an official title. They also noted that she is equally beautiful as Morong Zinner. They warned that soon she would face mockery. The emperor and the empress arrived, with Emperor Li Yixiong being the emperor of the Shili dynasty and Morong Ying being the empress of the Shili dynasty. The crowd exclaimed, "Long live your Royal Highness the Empress," and "Long live your Majesty the Emperor." They expressed a desire to enjoy the happiness together during the Mid-Autumn Festival and encouraged everyone to feel free. They announced the start of the event. Someone addressed the audience, referring to them as ladies and gentlemen and acknowledging their versatility. They suggested that the audience members perform on stage. Specifically, they mentioned that Morong Zinner, known as the number 1 talented woman in the imperial capital, was expected to perform on stage and contribute to the enjoyment of the event. The speaker expressed gratitude for the favor and promised to try their best. They received an affirmative response. It was mentioned that there were rumors of the person being talented in both singing and dancing. Someone commented on the abundance of talents in the Morong family. One person suggested that they and their sister perform together, engaging in activities such as lyre playing, painting, singing, and dancing. However, the other person pointed out that the sister cannot play a musical instrument or sing, implying that they would be ridiculed in public. They also remarked that the sister is crazy. The person addressed the sister and asked why she remained silent, questioning if she was unwilling. The speaker declared their intention to make everyone aware of the sister's craziness since she is the number 1 female general. They taunted the sister, stating that she would meet her downfall today. The sister urged the speaker not to rush and mentioned that they were considering which music and song would coordinate with the sister's performance.